Good morning students. Welcome in this class. This video is for class 8 subject social science and we are studying about geography chapter 4 agriculture. It is the third lecture of this chapter and in today's lecture the topics which are to be discussed are like these. First one, economic activities. Second, types of farming. Third, major crops. Fourth, agricultural development. So let's start today's discussion. Yes friends, first topic, economic activities. Actually about this topic we had discussion in our previous lecture also. So in today's lecture we will just recapitulate this topic in brief. Yes, economic activities. Just as I told that economic activities are related to the source of income. Okay, and these are mainly three types of economic activities: primary activities, secondary activities and tertiary activities. Yes, primary activities are related to the production and extractions of natural resources. Okay, agriculture, fishing, mining, these are some activities which are known as primary activities. Secondary activities are related to the processing of natural resources. Okay, like baking of bread from wheat, weaving of cloth from cottons. So these are secondary activities. And tertiary activities actually means these activities they provide services and support to the primary and secondary activities. And the example of tertiary activities: transport, trade, banking, insurance, advertising, etc. Yes friends, now we will have a look on type of farming. Yes, types of farming. As I told that farming is of mainly two types: subsistence farming, commercial farming. The main difference between subsistence farming and commercial farming is that means in subsistence farming the area for cultivation is small, okay, and in commercial farming the cultivation area is large. Okay, second, like in subsistence farming traditional methods are used, okay, and in commercial advanced technologies or new methods are used for farming, cultivations or irrigation. Okay, and in this third difference, like subsistence farming, extra or surplus production is very less, and in commercial farming surplus production is more. Okay, and subsistence farming is of two types: intensive and primitive, and commercial farming is of three types: commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation. Okay, primitive farming is further classified into two categories: shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Okay, shifting cultivation is a type of farming which is practiced mainly by the tribal or nomadic people, means the people those who live in forest areas. Okay, and how they practice this cultivation? For that they clear a part of or patch of forest land. Okay, and this part is used for growing crops. They don't use any fertilizers or manure. Okay, so the trees which are falling and burnt, the ashes of these trees are used as manure. Okay, and when this part of land loses its fertility, then they shift to the other part. Got it? Nomadic herding is the type of, you can say, farming in which the nomad people move from one place to another with their animals. Understood? Yes, commercial farming, commercial grain farming, in which that food crops are grown on large scale for selling purpose or to earn profit. Mixed farming, in this farming, same part of land is used for different purposes, like the same part of land is used for growing crops, food crops is used for growing fodder crops, and the same part of land is used for rearing cattle. Yes, plantation agriculture. Actually, in this type of cultivation, a single crop is grown on large area. Understood? Yes. Now, we will have a discussion on different or major crops which are grown in India. Yes, a large variety of crops are grown to meet the requirement of the growing population. Major food crops are wheat, rice, maize and millets. Yes friends, actually we categorize the crops into different categories. Like food crops means the crops which are the part of our diet. Okay, like wheat, rice, maize, millets, and cash crops. Crops are the crops which are grown for selling purpose or to earn profit, like cotton, sugarcane. Okay, these are cash crop. And jute and cotton, they are also known as fiber crop also. So important beverage crop. Yes, means beverage crops means the crops which are used as a drink, like tea and coffee. Okay, so in this way different crops are grown in India. Now we will have a look the climatic condition which is required for growing different types of crops. First is rice. Yes, friends, rice is the major food crop of the world. Okay, it means this is the food crops which is used by or which is eaten by a large number of people in the whole world, and it is the staple diet. Yes, friends, staple diet means the main part of diet. The main part of our diet or food, and of the tropical and subtropical region. Tropical subtropical region means the area which are near the equator. Actually, rice need high temperature, high humidity and high amount of rainfall for its growth, and all this type of climatic condition is found in the tropical and subtropical area, means near the equator. Okay, now if we will talk about the climatic condition of rice. So rice needs everything in large amount, like it needs high temperature, high humidity and high amount of rainfall. Okay, and if we talk about the soil, so it grows well or best in alluvial clay soil. Yes, friends, alluvial means fertile and clay means which can retain or moisture or water. Okay, so for its growth the soil must be fertile also, and it has the capacity to retain moisture also. So which soil is required for growing of rice? Alluvial clay soil. China is the leading producing country of rice, or after China, India, Japan, Sri Lanka and Egypt. Understood about the climatic condition of rice? Yes. Next one is there, that is wheat. Wheat requires moderate temperature, moderate rainfall during growing season and bright sunshine at the time of harvest. Yes, friends, as I told that rice needs everything in large amount. Okay, whereas wheat requires everything in moderate amount, not high, not less. Like it requires moderate temperature, moderate rainfall, okay, and it requires rainfall during growing season, and at the time of its harvest it needs bright sunshine. And if we talk about the soil, so the wheat grows well or best in well drained loamy soil. Understood? And wheat is grown extensively in USA, Canada, Argentina, Russia, Ukraine, Australia and India. And in India it is grown in winter season and harvest in summer season. Understood? Means in the month of April it is harvested. Got it? Yes. Now next crop, millets. They are known as coarse grains. Yes, friends. What do you mean by coarse grains? Coarse means hardy crop. Hard means the grains which are hard and round. They are known as millets, and they can be grown on less fertile and sandy soil. So first crop, rice, means need everything in large amount. Second crop, wheat, which needs everything in moderate amount. And if we talk about the millets, they need everything in less amount, means they can be grown in less fertile soil, and means they need very less amount of rainfall also, means especially like in the desert area where there is a shortage of water always. Okay, so it is a hardy crop that needs low rainfall and high to moderate temperature and adequate rainfall. Jawar, bajra, ragi, means these are the millets and they are grown in India. Other countries are also means the producing countries of these millets, that these are Nigeria, China and Niger. Okay, yes. Now maize. Maize requires moderate temperature, moderate rainfall and lots of sunshine. Got it? And it needs well-trained fertile soil, means like the same type of climatic condition which is required for the growth of wheat. So same type of climatic condition is required for maize also. And maize is grown in North America, Brazil, China, Russia, Canada and India. Now we will talk about cotton. Yes, friends. Listen it very carefully about the climatic condition of cotton. This is important. Okay. Cotton requires high temperature for its growth. Light rainfall, because high amount of rainfall can spoil the cotton balls. Okay. 210 frost free days. What does it mean? Yes. Means actually at the times of its growth, or when the cotton ball starts blooming, so at that time that cotton growth of cotton requires means fog free, frost free, fog free days. Means there must not be fog, because that droplets or this moisture can spoil the cotton ball. So at that time, it's blooming time, that it needs bright sunshine. And what types of soil is required? Black and alluvial soil. China, USA, India, Pakistan, Brazil and Egypt are the leading producers of cotton, and it is one of the main raw materials for the cotton textile industry. Understood? Yes. Next one, jute. As I told you that it is the fiber crop, and it is also known as golden fiber. Why? Because its appearance. Actually, the crop of jute is appeared like means light brown, okay, and shiny also. Means it gives a appearance like the gold metal. That's why it is known as golden fiber. It grows well on alluvial soil and requires high temperature, heavy rainfall and humid climate. Yes, friends, if you compare it, that means the same climatic condition which is required for the growth of rice. Okay, means the same type of climatic condition is required for the jute also. Means everything is in high amount. This crop is grown in tropical areas, same tropical and subtropical areas, means near the equator area where this type of climatic condition is found. India and Bangladesh are the leading producing country of jute. Okay, yes. Next one is coffee. Coffee, as I told, that is the beverage crop, and actually the coffee and tea are the crops which are grown in some, or you can say only in particular areas, and they need particular type of climate also for their growth. Like coffee requires warm and wet climate and well drained loamy soil. Hill slopes, it is mostly grown in the hilly areas, okay, more suitable for the growth of this crop. And Brazil, that is the leading producing country of coffee, and after Brazil, Colombia and India. Understood? Yes. Now we will talk about the tea. Yes, friends, tea is a beverage crop. Beverage, I told, drink, means the crops which is used as drink. It requires cool climate, well distributed high rainfall throughout the year. Okay, and Assam in India is the main leading producing that state of tea, and India's tea is famous in most of the countries of the world. Okay, and so it needs high rainfall throughout the year for the growth of its tender leaves. Tender means soft leaves. Okay, yes, friends. Now our next topic is agriculture development. What do you mean by agricultural development? Okay, agricultural development means bring development in the production or in the agriculture. Okay, so the agricultural development refers to the effort made to increase farm production in order to meet the growing demand of increasing population. Yes, friends, as we know that the population of the world or India is increasing day by day. Okay, so to fulfill or to meet that increasing demand of the food of this growing population, we need more productions. Means there is a need to increase the production also. So for that, making efforts to increase this crop production, okay, is related to the agricultural development. Okay, and how can we bring agricultural development? Like we can bring agriculture development by using fertilizers, high quality, good quality HYV seeds, by improving irrigation facilities and by using machines. Okay, so in this way we can bring development. Okay, friends, actually means the agriculture development, the main aim of agriculture development is to increase food security. Yes, listen it very carefully. What do you mean by food security. Actually, food security exists when all people at all times have access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preference for an active and healthy life. Yes, friends. Actually, food security is related to all the peoples means get all 3 times food, and the food must be sufficient, safe, nutritious or healthy. Got it? And agriculture development includes better farming practices, better crops variety and awareness of farmers. Understood? Yes. Now, actually in your NCERT book, a comparison is given about the farm system in India and in farm system in USA. Okay, actually it is given that there is a small village that Adilabad in Ghazipur district of Uttar Pradesh, and here Munna Lal is living, who is a small farmer, and he has farmland about 1.2 hectares. Okay, his house is in the main village. He purchases high yielding varieties of seed from the market every alternate years. Actually, beta, this this point shows that in India that the farmer has a small plot of land. Okay, means the area of the field in India is less. He purchases high yielding varieties of seeds, means farmers are poor and they cannot afford the high or good quality HYV seeds. Okay, and mostly subsistence farming exists in India. Labor availability and small size of farmlands make it for farmer to use intensive farming practices. Intensive means here the fields are small and people practice grow the crops first just to fulfill the needs of his family members. Now we will give a look at a farm in USA. The average size of a farm in USA is about 250 hectares. Yes, here you can compare about the size of in India and USA. Okay, so the first main difference between a farm in India and USA is about the area. Okay, means in India the size of the farm is means you can say less, and in USA it is more. The farmer grew corn, soybean, wheat, cotton and sugar beet. Crops are grown at commercial level. They are practice intensive, means to fulfill the needs of family member, and here for selling purpose, because here production is more, because they use a modern technology, scientific methods for irrigations, cultivation. Okay, that's why here production is, means they get more production in small area. Large farmlands, less population is suitable to development to this type of farming in developed country. And the another problem means the population of India is much more. That is also the many people that they do not get enough amount of food. Okay, so what are the differences? First difference is about the area. In India, the area of the field is less, and in USA it is large. Second, in India, people use traditional methods for cultivation, farming or irrigation, and in USA, people use advanced methods or technologies. Okay, and in India, people consult with their relatives and friends for cultivation or for any problem related to the crops. And in USA, the farmers means they consult with the laboratory there. Understood? Yes. And here in India, surplus production is less, and in USA, surplus production is more. Okay, understood about it? Yes. So students, in this way, our lecture and as well as our chapter is completed. Okay, now I'll assign you homework in which some question answer are there, and the answer of these questions you have to write in your fair notebook, and after completing your homework, you have to submit your homework to me on my email ID that is mentioned on EdQuark also in homework column. Okay, and I'm telling also that is Neetu8080@yahoo.com. Okay, so now note down homework. First question, what do you mean by agricultural development? Second, differentiate between a farmhouse in India and USA. Third one, what is shifting cultivation? What are its advantages? And next one, describe the climatic condition required for growing cotton. Now we will have a look on homework solution. Yes, some question answer were given to you in yesterday lecture. Okay, so now we will discuss about the answer of this question. First is there differentiate between subsistence farming and commercial farming. Yes, first in subsistence farming, or means this farming is practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family. Traditional methods, low level of technologies and household labor are used. Surplus production is less. In commercial farming, that is practiced for earning profit. Okay, and in which advanced methods, advanced technologies are used for cultivations, for irrigations, and surplus production is more. Okay, now next question, what is mixed farming? Mixed farming, the land is used for growing food, fodder crops and rearing livestock. Name some animals reared by nomadic herders. Sheep, camel, yak, goats are most commonly reared animals by nomadic herders. Now give an account of plantation farming. Yes, plantation are a type of farming or commercial farming where single crop of tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew nut, rubber, banana or cotton are grown. Large amount of labor and capital are required. The produce may be processed on the farm itself or nearby factories. And the development of a transport network is also necessary or essential for such farming. Understood, students? So in this way, our today's lecture is completed. Tomorrow we will meet again with our next lecture, next topic. Thank you.